Today I'm going to make a video which is a response to Michael Buckley's tag videos. Now I haven't responded to each one separately, I'm going to do them all in one video. 1. What thing do you think you can do but you can't? It's always things that I've never tried before that I think I'm going to be really good at and then I'm not. For example, the other day they put up a darts board in the hall. I thought I'm going to be good at that and then I wasn't, I was terrible. 2. What word do I find difficult to pronounce? There's not a specific word that I can think of, but I often find it hard to continue sentences. At the moment, when I'm making videos, I will trail off in the middle of a sentence, start a new one, and not go back to the original sentence. 3. My favourite childhood TV programme. It was definitely Blue Peter when I was younger. 4. What are my virtues and vices? My virtues are that I care for people. I'll look after other people's property, I will be generous, I will give, I will try and help people whenever possible. Vices are chocolate. I think I can count that as one. If I buy it, I'll eat it, and that's terrible. I have very little self-control when it comes to snacking. 5. What is more important? Love, fame, power, or money? I'm gonna say love. Love gets you through anything. 6. What time period would you choose to live in and why? Now. I wouldn't want to be born now. I like being the age I am in the time I am. 7. If you had to redo your wardrobe from 2 stores, which stores would they be? TK Maxx and Primark, because most of my clothes are from there already. 8. What were you doing 1 year ago today? It was our Easter holidays, so I would have been at home, quite likely on my computer, messing around, or maybe out with friends, I'm not entirely sure. 9. Do you have any reoccurring dreams? Not recently, I haven't had any since I was a child really. I used to have a really scary one that involved a cuckoo clock and a piano and Mickey Mouse and a big elephant, and I can't actually remember the details of it, but I remember it was very scary. I also have recurring themes in dreams, but running slowly and not being able to get away from something is one of the worst things ever. That is a reoccurring thing for me in dreams. 10. What's your horoscope? I'm not really into horoscope. I'm a Capricorn and our uni has Mystic McLeod as our university newspaper horoscope woman, and she's hilarious, and oh my goodness, horoscopes are better now that she writes them. 12. What position do you sleep in? Most comfortably, I will curl up in a little ball. 13. Your favourite vampire? I'm going to just throw it out there and say Sanguini from Harry Potter. He had a very limited time in the books, but he was there at that party and we have to acknowledge that he's the best vampire ever because he's from the world of Harry Potter. 14. What are you wearing on your feet now? 15. What's your handwriting look like? Is it neat? It can look like this, but sometimes it looks like this. It can be pretty neat if I try, but most of the time it's a scrawled mess. That's the end of the first tag game, on to the second one now. 1. What's your earliest birthday party memory? We would make our own crowns at the beginning, like birthday hats, but they were like gold crowns. That is the earliest memory I have of birthday parties, and it's fantastic. 2. What computer mouse do you use? Got this reasonably standard Genius mouse. 3. What's the first thing you notice in a photograph of yourself? It's my hair, and if my eye is all droopy and lazy. 4. Favourite type of music? It's musicals. That is what I listen to the majority of the time. I'll put my musicals playlist on shuffle. But second comes internet music. Music made by those people on YouTube who are just fantastic. 5. What camera are you filming on? I'm using my Canon Digital Ixus 8515, which is a 10 megapixel camera, and it's just a standard point and shoot, snappy little digital camera, but it seems to do videos at a perfect quality for what I need. 6. Which reality TV show are you into right now? It's MasterChef, because that's technically reality TV. 7. If you only allowed one TV channel, what would that be? I'd just pick BBC One. It's a good standard. As long as Doctor Who's on BBC One, I'm pretty sure it is. If it's not, then BBC Two. I'll pick the one that Doctor Who's on. To be honest, I use iPlayer all the time. If I was allowed just iPlayer, I'd do that. Like, just BBC channels, then I'll be fine. 8. My favourite Disney movie. Most Disney films ever, but I'll have to say Pocahontas is my favourite. 9. Coffee or tea? I really like drinking either. I love the smell of coffee, and coffee flavoured chocolate is the best. And I'm painting with coffee at the moment, so I'm going to throw coffee out there. 10. Bathroom reading. I don't read in the bathroom. It's sort of like a water box room. There's nowhere to store anything dry really, and I'm never in there long enough to be reading. And we're on to the third tag game now. This is the last one. There's another 10 questions and that is it. 1. Favourite pizza? I don't like pizza. I don't like cheese. I've had pizzas without cheese before, and my mum made a really good brown bread and red onion one, which I'll have to say was my favourite pizza ever. 2. The most famous person you've met? I've met a couple of famous people, mostly authors. I'm going to throw John Green out there as my favourite person that I have met who's a famous person. Then there are people from musicals and other authors such as Philip Pullman and Debbie Gliori. 3. What would your last meal ever be? Now I'm finding this one hard to decide on. I'm gonna say chili con carne, just because I think I'd like that bit of spice, that extra making you feel like you're living a bit more. 4. Have you ever broken something and blamed someone else? I'm pretty sure I have. I can't think of a specific example, but there is high chance that at some point in my life I will have blamed Hazel for breaking something that I actually broke. And it'll probably be really obvious that I broke it and it'll probably have upset her, so I apologise. 5. If you could pick any Broadway character to be, who would that be? I don't know. I'd like to be a chorus character in any, musical. Seriously. I think I'd really enjoy to be a chorus character in Rent, and I'd really enjoy to be in Wicked. 6. What was your best high school subject? Art was my best subject. I got 100% in my GCSE. Other subjects I did reasonably well in, and French was my worst. 7. Worst job ever. I haven't had a job. I haven't had a real proper summer job or anything like that, so I can't actually answer this question. 8. How many computers do you own? I have 2 laptops. I've got my old clunky, massively broken one, and I have my lovely new one which works quite spectacularly, thank you. 9. What was your first driving experience? It was only a couple of years ago. I remember being picked up from school by Louise, who was my driving instructor. She drove me out to an industrial estate where it was a bit emptier, and then I remember being very, very nervous getting behind the wheel and making the car move. And I was like, whoa, this car, I'm in control of it. 10. My favourite pair of shoes at the moment. I've got 3 favourite pairs of shoes. These Chucks are my top favourite because they're so comfortable, they're easy to put on, and I've had them since I was 16. My 2 pairs of boots. These are beautiful, but I can't wear them very often because they've not really got any grips and they go all over the place. And these are fantastic and bright. They don't go with every outfit, so I can't wear them all the time. So that's it for my tag video. I'm sorry if it was really long. I'm thinking of doing blog every day in April. I can't decide whether to do a video version of it, so if you see me back here in 2 days, then that's what I'm doing. If not, then I'll probably be over on my blog typing all month. Thank you for watching and goodbye!